Drink it in, man.
Cornbread! Cornbread!
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread! Cornbread!
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Drink it in, man. Drink.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
When it comes to towing, seeing is believing. That's why Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology offers up to 8 available cameras for 14 unique views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Learn more about Chevy Trucks at Chevy.com. Safety or driver assistance features are no substitute for the driver's responsibility to operate the vehicle in a safe manner. Read the Vehicle Owner's Manual for important feature limitations and information.
At BlueNile.com, you can find endless ways to make your moments sparkle. From classic and timeless jewelry gifts to creating the custom engagement ring of her dreams, all at prices you won't find at a traditional jeweler. And right now, you can save up to 40% on fine jewelry and 25% on engagement ring settings during the Blue Nile Anniversary Sale, going on now. Go to BlueNile.com to shop the Blue Nile Anniversary Sale and save up to 40%. That's BlueNile.com.
Drink it in, man.
Detroit Koolaid. Detroit Koolaid drinkers. We're 1-0. The Detroit Lions got that W. Drink it in, everybody.
Drink it in, man.
Side of cornbread.
Cornbread!
Make it a double.
Cornbread!
And I got the one and only at Chops in the D on again, who said this to end last week's show.
Matthew Stafford. Rest in peace. Again.
Choppy, you called it. We talked our noise. We showed up kind of clunky, a little bit of boola boola on Sunday night. But at the end of the day, you know what happened. Demo running the football into the end zone for a touchdown, Detroit Lions, and a big old DUBSKI. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Cree, it's great to be back. Week 2, heading into week 2, calling a big W for our Detroit Lions. And again, they don't ask how. They only ask how many. And what we have right now is 1-0 Lions. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to review. We got a lot to preview. I might have a rant about the defense, or maybe, I don't know, Jared Goff, or the fact that we can't agree on a D-Monty versus D-Mo. But anyway, it's great to be back. Lions are 1-0. Drink it in.
Oh, my goodness. Drink it in, everybody. The burial, the farewell, the funeral of Matt Stafford has happened again. As Matt Derry said, you can't spell Kelly without 2 L's. Oh, woo! Absolutely. There it is. Absolutely incredible. So, Chop, we can't mess around. You kind of previewed it up. We're going to do this review, get into a whole bunch of things. After that, I want to hit a little news and notes, catch everybody up what's going on with the football team and some other things. Then we got to do a Tampa Bay Bucks Lions preview, as well as hype people up. We will be at this game in person if all goes well the next few days and this week and this weekend. Looking forward to it, and so much more. So we can't mess around, man. Let's get right into this. As far as this football game goes, like, it was up and down for me. It was sort of started slow. Then we started hitting, and I was about ready to tweet out how it was going to be a blowout, get ready, and then it didn't become that, so I held back, and then it got too close for my liking, And then we did what we needed to do to not only get it into overtime, but then to win it. So before I get into the particulars, what did you think? Did you have similar thoughts, or did you think this was just a regular opener and just glad to get out with the dub, or what were you thinking?
Like we said on the show, there was some rust, Oak Creek. I mean, we came out and I thought, again, we got that 10-3 lead, and I was like, okay, maybe we're just going to, let's just keep piling on. And man, it didn't happen. Like, we just kind of sputtered and stuttered, and we allowed the Rams to come back in the fourth quarter. And, and then we hit the field goal, we tie it up, take it right into overtime. And, we do what we do. But yeah, man, it was just kind of like it was almost like there was no game flow, I guess is probably the way I want to say it. Like, we're going to get into a lot of particulars here, but it was a typical game one of a season, right? We had rust. We needed to get some, there were some cobwebs that we needed to shake off. I'll tell you who didn't need to shake off some cobwebs. It was Alex Anzalone, Fabio, who was just flowing from snap one. But, there was definitely some guys that needed to get back into game repetition. And but when it mattered most and we needed to pound the rock down their stinking throats in overtime, all we did was win, no matter what.
And that guy that helped us win at the end is Demo, right? It's Demo.
Come on, man. Come on. I know we're going to battle this. It's D-Monty with an extra D for the OT win.
I think there's actually people on both sides on the Twitterverse. Some people that were hitting me up with the Demo faux show, let's go out the dough for another sco. And then there were people that were like, hey, Okri, it's D-Monty. Which always makes me laugh when people do the gimmicks. So speaking of gimmicks, Choppy, this used to be a gimmick and a drop that I used to use all the times you backpedal from all the horrible takes that you have on this show. But now, just like I changed Sammy Biscuits from Teddy Bridgewater was here for a cup of coffee and then left to Sam Laporta because I'm a Laporta supporter for Sammy Biscuits. Now I'm taking that drop and adding it to hashtag JMOFast. Choppy, the legs were going. He was making plays. Hashtag what Okri said. I said a handful of catches, $120 and a SCO from 40 plus. He went for about 1-2-1, somewhere in that range with also a rush. Had a 52-yard touchdown. Again, it's still TBD if you ask me, but we'll see if that was a spiral or a wobbly duck from Jared Goff. It was a little bit short, I'm not going to lie, but at least it did get there. Hashtag JMOFast was doing some things. He was making plays. He was making lots of plays. Hashtag JMOFast in this football game.
Agree. I think the preseason hype was legit. I mean, Jameson Williams, 5 catches, 121 yards, 9 targets, 9. Okay, just for some comparison there, Sam Laporta had 5 and Amon-Ra had 6. Okay, so JMO led the receiving core in targets, which is just amazing. He put in the work, first full season without any bula, and just ready to go. And I mean, he was as advertised. I think this is the JMO, the hashtag JMOFast, the Waymo, the show, Waymo show that we all expected to see when he came out of Bama, when we moved up to get this guy 3 drafts ago. So, man, I am so excited for this. And look, this kid he's just such a great kid. Like, how can anybody not like this kid? He's like, He's fly, he's flash, he kind of comes across as shy a little bit, but then he like comes back out and like he's soft spoken, but then he's like kooky, and he's just a great kid. Watching his own replays, giving reactions to his own replays, getting up on the presser and be like, "This is the first time I've ever done this before." Just a great kid. Love it. Love to see it. Happy for the JMO party, the hashtag JMO come out party. And with him and Amon-Ra, man, we are going to be a force to reckon with. It don't matter who the number 3 is.
Good stuff. Had to give you the bell. Some good takes there. I had a few people hit me up too with, hey, Okri, what about your boy JMO?
Oh, baby.
And then a couple other people that went to the one that's even better than that.
Oh, baby.
And then they told me I should do it on the show. Jameson Williams. Oh, baby. Absolutely doing work. So I love to see that. Chops, let me follow it up with this one. you guys know, everybody knows I come on this show week after week and go, my boy, Brian Branch. This game, he's still my boy, don't get me wrong, but what was up with my boy, Brian Branch? Because he was missing tackles, he missed an easy pick. I got hit up by somebody on Twitter that called me ultra negative. I'm like, I'm the most positive Lions fan out there. I don't know what you're talking about. This is my boy Brian Branch. He's got to catch the football. He's got to make an easy tackle. He's out there whiffing. So I don't know what was up with 3-2. I still love the guy. I still love the mouthpiece in the helmet. I may have more news on my boy Brian Branch here in the near future. I've been teasing that for weeks. But not a great game by him or by the whole team. I'm optimistic. I drink the Detroit Koolaid. I serve it up here, Chops. But not just 3-2, but lots of missed tackles. And please tell me what AG was doing on defense, because I feel like Matt Stafford was just throwing 5-yard outs, 2-yard slants, and 7-yard hooks all day, and we had nobody even in the screen. I don't know what was going on.
Okay, man, it's way too early in the show to be talking about the defense, because I got a whole rant about the defense. I feel like I'm a pretty stinking positive guy. I've been banging the Lions drum here for years, just like along with you, but Brian Branch, man, missed tackles left and right. I mean, I look at the stat line. Okay, still had 7 tackles, still had a TFL, 3 passes defended, but like how many missed tackles or like misreads on balls did he have? I think maybe he was just trying to do a little too much. Like he was a little too amped up for the home opener. But with this expanded role they have him in, but man, not a fantastic game by Brian Branch. Oh man, do I go on the AG rant right now, Oakley? Do we save it? Like I don't know, because it's you might have to talk me off the ledge if it's time.
Yeah, let's save it for a moment. But first of all, I want to reiterate this to people. So normally when my boy Brian Branch comes and makes plays, you try to go with the gimmick that he's your boy Brian Branch as well. He's everybody's boy. But this time when he didn't play so well, and I admit it live on air, you didn't mix in any my boy Brian Branch for you. So you're not taking credit for him now, but when he balls, you do. Is that what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is that I like to give the my boy Brian Branch when he's doing something that I want to actually get excited about. If he's not doing anything, I'm just BB Brian Branch, my boy.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve any hyperbola or gimmickry after the performance he had on Sunday night.
All right, glad we got that straightened out. What else in this game? Like to me. Chops, can you agree? We don't agree on much, and you don't give me credit really for anything, to be honest. But was my text game? Was my text game on point throughout this game? I feel like every text I sent you and every tweet I put out was pretty much on the money, like throughout the thing. Is this like I would tweet it would happen? I would say let's do this. You would say, oh, I exactly agree, Oakley. And then I just straight up called Demo ending the game. I said we can't give the ball back after half. Like. What do you think my percentage is? And do we still know that Brad Always Open for Business Homes and others are all tapped into my Twitter just waiting to see what I put out? So then they can either call that play, sign that player, or do that thing. I mean, can we agree on that too or no?
I mean, I'm going through the texts here right now. I don't see anything about Demo and overtime. I mean, listen, Oakley, you have millions and millions of fans and friends to appease. Maybe they were getting the text messages that you're referring to here. I did see my boy Brian Branch is going to have a huge play here, and then I think he dropped an interception. But anyway, I do recall sending a text message that said it's time to unleash Hutch, and that was right before he got that sack to end the regulation. But listen, we definitely get your text game is on point at times, but you also you got to remember who you're texting. You're texting the choppy chop here, and I'm never going to give you credit when your credit is due.
Why did I even bring it up? Because he went back, skipped all the good ones, brought out one that maybe didn't happen, then circled back to his one that did happen, and then knocked me 3 times. I mean, I should have expected that to happen. But you did mention one thing that I liked.
Unleash Hutch.
Like, what is going on with people and their Hutchinson takes? I mean, I hear people like going crazy. I hear people beating him up, saying, "Oh, he doesn't really have the numbers like he had a sack. He had like multiple double-digit hurries and pressures. Like, he was beating his man on the daily. Yes, his man was a turnstile. That'll be somebody working at the bowling alley, shining the shoes or getting the balls that get stuck in the gutter or maybe working the drink table. But it's like, what is this guy doing that's not excellent? He's doing a spin move every third play, which I could say is awesome and annoying at the same time, but he gets home all the time. He's got bull rush. He's a great player. Like, I mean, unleash Hutch, chop chop, play the music. All day long I saw him getting after it. Are you with me, or did you see something else? Are you expecting him to get 3 sacks every game?
I don't know what the negative reaction to Hutch's game is. I think he was like the second or third highest rated defensive lineman in PFF this week. Like, again, 4 QB hits, a sack, 5 tackles. Like, what? I mean, he beat his guy every time. And also, by the way, let's talk about Hutch, and let's talk about the fact that this dude gets held and cheated on every single snap. Like, watch the tape frame by frame, close by. The lineman cheats to block him every single time, every snap. And he's also getting hands up high, hands down low, held, tripped. I mean, again, a tripping call on him, no call. Like, the guy can't catch a break at all, and all he does is battle through. You don't see him pissing and moaning. You don't see him screaming at a zebra. He just keeps going and going and going. The spin move is on par and elite, and he is ready to go. Yes, he got 1 sack. It was huge to keep the Rams out of any type of chance to try to tie to win the game in regulation. It was a big play, but again, he was in Matthew Stafford's face all game. So if you don't have love for Hutch, I don't got love for you.
Oh, incredible take. My favorite Hutch play of the game, the almost sack where he crumples Matthew Stafford's ankle, hit the gong. That was incredible. Just roll that ankle up, don't apologize, and then go get him later, too. I forgot who got him later on the same leg down low, which was great. So I
believe.
I loved everything about it. Chops, one of my favorite things on this pod is when you steal my gimmicks and when I steal your gimmicks and when the other person complains about gimmick infringement and the other person says, why are you saying my lines? As well as I think the people like that as well. So you did steal a word that I use, but I need to ask you about this player because to me, the multidimensional, positionless, elite weapon. Jahmyr Gibbs was MIA in a milk carton early in this game. It was like the third drive. I'm like, has Gibby been in? Is he playing? Like, what's going on? I mean, I love Demo. I mean, it's Demo. Everybody knows that. But, like, can I get the elite weapon in the game? And it's like, then he showed up later. He's just catching balls, getting creases, hitting 15-yard cuts like nothing. So, I mean, I still think his usage, especially passing game, still needs to go up. But I was just glad he finally got in the game. It was almost halftime, it felt like.
Yeah, again, like this game just felt like it had no flow. He actually had one more offensive snap than D-Monty did, and that was when it was the D-Monty show in overtime. So,
because
it didn't feel that way.
The second half, they leaned on him. The first 4 drives, he was out there for like 2 snaps.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was almost like they tried to yin and yang it, where I feel like they need to do that. I prefer a system where they intertwine both of them in each drive, not give this drive to Demo, give this drive to Gibbs, where I didn't feel like they rotated that very well. He did have 4 catches, 34 yards, 11 rushes for 40 yards, not a great 3.6 average, only an 8-yard long. So, but again, it was just a clunky game, Oak. Like we just felt like we had no rhythm. I mean, we ran we had scores, but we just didn't get into a rhythm early and like I thought we would. So I am not concerned about that at all. Ben Genius is going to draw up plays. He's going to keep both of those guys. We've got the hammer, we've got the thunder, and we got the lightning, and he's going to keep using them. In some weeks, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to break out for 120 total yards. And, some weeks it's going to be D-Monty that hits 100 yards, give or take.
Well, I hope more often than not he's elite. All right, so here's a couple other things. You used it wrong a couple times earlier in the show, but Well, what's up with people going crazy and getting all frustrated and even worried and scared about Amon Ra? Very majestic, you know what I mean? Okay, he caught a few balls. He only got a few targets. Like, again, these guys cannot get the ball 10 times a game, all game, every season. It doesn't happen. I know Stash in the ATL wants that to happen.
Amon Ra.
Chops, you want to take a gander at it? You want to give it a go?
Well, let me give my take here, and then we'll go. Listen, I was on the camp of my boy Amon Ra did not look himself. I don't know what it was.
Come on.
I mean, to have 3 catches on 6 targets is just not Amon Ra like. Okay, like I'm not saying I'm not knocking the guy. He just seemed like he was a little off. So but again. Do I expect this to carry over into next week? Absolutely not. He's going to be the Amon Ra that we all expect him to be. He's going to be the guy. But again, if J-Mo's getting over 120 yards, Amon Ra is not going to be able to get over 120 yards each game either. So you're going to have to give and take. There's so many weapons on this offense that it's going to ebb and flow. So, I mean, Amon Ra did have an interception saving play. So he was still dialed in. He just, like I said, he's not the Amon Ra that we've seen. I mean, I think this actually statistically has been his worst game as a Lion, possibly, but he was still involved. So I am not concerned whatsoever. And anybody who wants to bring any kind of hate at Amon Ra, you better come through Choppy Chop first, because I'll take you down.
See, I'm just letting you talk there as you continue to incriminate yourself as one of those idiots. And then you ended your take with calling out the idiots, even though you just spent 2 minutes saying he didn't look himself. Oh, great, I don't know what was wrong. I mean, maybe he's falling off. And then you backed it up with some bula about like, oh, but I still love him. He's gonna ball out. It's like, didn't you hear my take?
I never said he was backing up. I said he had one bad game. One game, bro. I did not say he's falling off. Don't put words in my mouth. I can put enough bad words in my own mouth. I don't need you putting them in there too. I said nothing of the sort of him falling off.
I might embellish that part for entertainment value.
Slightly embellished.
Let's get 2 more things in, and then you can do your rant, and then we got to get our great sponsors. We got to talk about this Bucks game. We could obviously do a 4-hour show. The people would love it, the diehards, but we got to keep it moving. We got stuff to do. I want to do this one, and then I want to end with one I think you'll enjoy. So, to me, Sub-Zero, carry on. I mean, he looked the part. He was good. People can talk about a PI here and there. I mean, nobody covered a coffee table in this game, but I still feel like he looked right. The mentality was right. Cooper Kupp supposedly said he's that dude. I mean, I'd compliment the guy covering me too if I had like 15 for 120 and tug. But that's neither here nor there. He wasn't on him every time. The Carlton was missing a lot too and not doing his thing, so I'm not going to play the music. But overall, do you like the number 1 pick for the Lions, the rookie, and you think he's going to be a CB1 before you know it, as well as just a player that's loved here in Detroit, like we've been saying forever?
Yeah, I have zero issue with Terrion Arnold in this game. Okay, the guy played 76 defensive snaps, one less than Carlton Davis. Okay, like they had him out there. He was a full-time go, 8 total tackles. Yeah, I mean, a couple of pass interferences here and there. I mean, I was happy to see that he was out there. I mean, he is our legit number 2 corner, and with the upside to be our number 1 corner. All right. He is exactly who we thought he was going to be. He's a hard hitter. He's going to gamble here and there. Again, remember, first game in the NFL. Like, this is a different speed. This is a different group. And again, by the way, you're also having to cover Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua from BYU. Okay. Even though he only will play the first half. Like, I have zero concerns about Agent Zero. Terrion Arnold is going to be just fine. Welcome to the NFL, Terrion. You had 8 tackles, and people, if you're worried about it, stop worrying about it. You got way bigger things to worry about than Terrion Arnold, and it's maybe, I don't know, like our defensive scheme, maybe our defensive coordinator, maybe everything that is and is not that we have on defense right now. Are we ready for that, Rand Oakrey?
Yeah, you can go ahead. I just want to let you know that I got AG's back because AG is that guy. AG will tell you that he's that guy because he calls himself AG, and AG was calling that defense. I don't know what AG was calling, but AG was calling some things, and AG hopefully will get it right next week. Just ask AG. All right, go ahead.
gosh, dude. Like, all right, here we go. You queued it up just perfectly. Okay. Overreaction Monday after Sunday night football. What is going on with Aaron Glenn and this defense? Is Aaron Glenn on the hot seat if the defense continues to struggle and allow teams to just throw for 300 plus yards and run up and down the field on him? Because this is year 3. In year 1, we get it. You had no personnel. Okay, fine, great. Year 2, you started to get some ballers, but like you still were kind of working here. It's year 3. You have studs on every single facet of the game. Your D-line is good. Your linebacker core is amazing. Your secondary has great players on it, playmakers, ball hawks. You have no excuse for our defense to be this bad. Yes, it's game 1. Okay, I get it. But it's got to get better. It has to be elite. You cannot just rely on the offense to carry us all the way to the Super Bowl. The defense is going to and I'm so tired of this. Well, it's this bend, don't break mentality. You know what? Sometimes I just need my defense to come out there and actually break something else. All right, stop bending and just break something. Like, I don't know, an interception. How many of those did we drop? I counted 5. 5 potential interceptions that we should have had. 2 of them, maybe one of them should have been an interception for a potential touchdown. Pick 6. All right? But, dude, what is going on? Matthew Stafford is just allowed to dink and dunk the field and do this and do that. And, like, is he not? Okay, like, what am I missing? This guy, I get it. Yes, he is a leader of men. This guy, maybe he is just going to set to be, like, the greatest head coach somewhere else in head coaching history. But why all the love for AG when his defense ain't crap?
See, you should have ended that with a ain't and then something that starts with a G. That would have been good.
I know. Well, the word I wanted to use is not child appropriate, so I got bleeped out and threatened to be kicked off the show last week. So I'm trying to keep it family friendly. I'm trying to keep it PG.
All right, you redeemed yourself halfway. All right, so just real quick, I mean, again, it was a good rant, pretty good quality, decent takes, but you could have just been like, Okri, why can't AG and his corners cover a coffee table? I mean, I talked to Charles, and he had a review exactly like mine about this defense.
That's terrible.
I mean, it was absolutely terrible to watch.
That's terrible.
We couldn't cover, and people were like, but we won. What is it? It matters because, like Chop said, it continues to happen. We get more ball players. We're supposed to be more aggressive, get a better scheme, be a better football team. And we're still getting worked down the field, which leads me into my last point, which we're going long on the first segment. That's okay. And that's Matty Statty. Choppy Chop. Yes, it has to be talked about. This guy was getting so much love for dinking and dunking all game long. I mean, he was throwing passes that I could have completed left, right, and center. Okay, yeah, he had a no look. Okay, he had a play that Chris Collinsworth called, quote, redonkulous. Who uses that? Who's a professional that gets paid millions and millions? I don't know. But, like, Matt Stafford was doing nothing exciting except hitting wide open guys that were 6 yards in front of his face, either over the middle or on the outside. He had a bad attitude again. He stepped to the podium again with his flannel, his backwards hat. I wrote like multiple friends and said, is Matt Stafford homeless? Because he looked like he hadn't had a shave in weeks. His hair was all over the place. He's got gray everywhere in the beard. He then he has these bright white big teeth. I don't know what's going on with those or what happened there. It's like he just looked all creshuffled. And everyone gives him love as this warrior, but then he steps to the podium and he gave us no credit, and someone had the audacity, which I thought was awesome, to say, hey, what do you think about these Jared Goff's chants? That hurt your feelings, or how do you feel about it? And he said something to the effect of, oh, I don't know, I'm over it now, or something that is just like, you can tell this guy's just butthurt, but I don't know what. It's like, we paid you billions and billions of dollars. You won us nothing. You left. You won a Super Bowl. You came back. We whooped you twice. We beat you. Your wife told lies about our fans. And he can't even go out on the high horse in game 2 and be like, I love this city. What a battle. We love great fans. What a great football team the Detroit Lions are. Matt Stafford, I'm giving you one more gong because you missed the boat again on the field and off. I'm losing respect by the moment. I loved you when you were here. I fought for you as much as I could. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That's 2 dubs. against the Los Angeles Rams and Matt Stafford for our Lions. Choppy, you got anything to say about that or no?
That was an epic Stafford rant. I'll recap that, or I'll retort that by saying I didn't ever really have a whole lot of respect for Matthew Stafford because yes, he's a tough-some bitch. But guess what? He gets some stats. But what he doesn't do is he doesn't win. He didn't win, okay? And guess what? He didn't win these 2 times where he came back to Detroit. So he is butthurt, okay? We have a better quarterback now. We have a younger quarterback. We have a quarterback who actually, wins games. Okay, I don't care if Matthew Stafford throws for 7,000 yards. If he doesn't win a game, it doesn't matter, okay? Yes, Jared Goff only threw for 217 yards, but guess what? He won the game. And that's all that matters, and that's what Matthew Stafford never did in this town. He never could get it done. It didn't matter. He always had an excuse. Oh, his O-line sucks. Oh, he doesn't have a running game. Oh, he doesn't have this. Oh, he doesn't. Well, you know what? It was all excuses and stats for Stafford, okay? That's all it ever was. And for Goff, it's just ho-hum, go to work, get the job done, win more and more the longer I'm here. Oh, and by the way, win playoff games, which you never did, Matthew. So again, I'm done with this. I don't ever want to play the Rams again. I don't care. Like, can he just retire? Just be done. Let's let it go. Yes, of course, he's going to throw for a lot of yards because our defense was Swiss cheese. But I don't care. When the chips were down, he couldn't get the job done.
Matthew Stafford, rest in peace. Again. Forever.
Woo! Hashtag choppy liking.
All right, everybody, that's what we got. We had some fun with that review. I don't even really talked about the game basically at all, Chops, but we won in overtime. Tremendous win game. You know, they're getting themselves in shape. Great rants, takes, everything at the end. Everybody, please listen to our great sponsors before the show, during the show, in the middle of the show, towards the end of the show, after the show, whatever you got to do. It really helps us out. Share it with everybody. Talking Lions, bringing you that Detroit Koolaid and cornbread, as we always do. And after the break, got the Bucks coming to town. Me and Chops are going to be live in person, tailgate at the game, after the game, getting DUBSKIs, doing our thing. Everybody, be right back. All right, everybody. This goes out to my fantasy football fans out there. Now, you probably heard about Reality Sports Online, the most powerful fantasy sports platform where owners can build and manage their fantasy team like a real NFL general manager. But the question is, have you tried it? I mean, we're talking free agency, multi-year contracts, rookie drafts, multi-team trades. You can put franchise tags on guys. It's as close as you're going to get to being an NFL GM. But do you think it sounds complicated? It's not. I'm here to tell you it's the best thing about Reality Sports Online is it's just more fun than your normal fantasy league, but it doesn't take barely any more time. After all this, are you still not sure? I mean, come on now. You can test your general manager skills by going over to Reality Sports Online, call it RSO. Please go check out realitysportsonline.com right now. Kool-Aid drinkers are back. Thank you so much for listening to the pod, checking out those sponsors. This is normally where we do shout outs, Chops, but instead I got a little teaser for the people. I mean, you know who the people are, right, Chops? You know?
And the people consist of the millions.
The millions and millions of Kool-Aid drinkers that were dialed into Sunday Night Football that saw us get that DUBSKI. We're going to give a little teaser to them and just say, we're going to be doing the tailgate. We'd love to see the people at the tailgate. We're still putting our plans together, but if you want to know some of the deets, you want to know some of the maybe where we'll be, where we won't be, what we may be doing, you got to wait till the end of the show, Choppy Chop. So I think we're going to get this Bucks preview in, and those diehard, loyal Detroit Kool-Aid drinkers will wait till the end. We'll give them some tailgate hype, some boola boola, as well as some of the details on what's going down, as well as hopefully get to see some of the classic fans and people. We'll do live gimmicks and drops for you. We'll have Kool-Aid and some cornbread. I know that for sure.
Yeah, okay, we don't have time to mess around. I mean, again, we went long on the front end. We gotta tidy it up here on the back end. There's a lot to break down on this. I mean, everybody wants to know exactly how we're going to shut down Baker Mayfield. We're going to break it down schematic. But no. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We're going to hype the people. We're going to tell you how it's going to go down, and then we're going to tell you all about the tailgate, like we do.
There's no doubt about it. So, Chops, like, I'll just kick off the preview like this. Most of the time when we start up matchups, we talk about the quarterback position. Everybody that listens to this pod know that's your favorite spot. They know you have man love for JG16, as you call him. What's that thing? I think you're the conductor. You know, I think I have a seat way in the back. What's that called again?
Oh, come on, Oker. You know it's the hashtag golf train, just like it's been for the last 4 years. That's right. And you are not in the back. You are beyond the caboose. You're like hanging on the rail, getting dragged from behind along the tracks.
Oh, man, that really surprises me. I mean, especially after you said something so nice to me like this long ago.
You don't get to join the off train. You're off, bro. You're off.
I thought after like years of complimenting the guy and like saying we should pay him whatever he wants and saying what a great quarterback he is, how many perfect spirals he throws and what a great deep ball he puts on people, that I would have a front row seat at this point. No?
Well, maybe if you did any of that, you might even just be allowed in the middle section of the train.
All right, good to know. Well, this actually isn't a golf topic because, again, we can't spend 30 minutes. You do a whole nother segment if I let you. I want to talk about the other quarterback and simply ask you this. Is this still, was this ever, or is this definitely on Sunday going to be true or false?
I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker. Yeah, I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
Chops. That is legendary on this show from a former co-host, as well as somebody that I think predated your whole market gimmick with that short, strong take. I mean, does he suck or what? Because last time I looked at the box score, my guy, Baker Mayfield, put up like 389, 4 tugs. Is that what he had? Somewhere in that range? So he's doing some things, but I still feel like we could slap him in the mouth.
Yeah, Oakery, context, buddy, context. Yes, Baker Mayfield had 290 yards, 4 tugs, and it was against, Washington's defense. So Washington's defense is not the Lions' defense, okay? So, yes, I will defer and agree with your former co-host. Yeah, it's Baker. He sucks. So, yes, we're going to do to him exactly like we did in the playoffs last year. He's going to come into town. We're going to beat him down, and we're going to win again. And I actually expect this to be listen, Tampa's got a lot of injuries in the secondary, and I know we can get into some of these news and notes, but they're going to be hurting back there. So I expect my boy JG16 to gun sling, to go toe-to-toe with Baker Mayfield, and actually I'll play him this game.
That actually brings me to multiple news and notes that I did want to get into. So Winfield is out, which is big. I love him as a football player, and he's one of those do everything Brian Branch types. He got paid. He makes plays. That's really going to help. You did say it was against the Washington football team, or whatever they're called these days, and we spent the whole first half segment ripping our defense, how we can't cover a coffee table, can't make plays, can't catch INTs, so that might be a wash, to be honest. Hopefully AG gets AG together and does AG things with AG's defense. But Chops, I felt like we got out of the first game with no major injuries, which was nice. I don't know if you heard Dan freaking Campbell, but he happened to say that DJ.
Go DJ, that's my DJ. Go DJ, yeah.
He said Big DJ Reader will be back. He said faux show. He couldn't wait to see him, is basically what I took when I heard him say he'll be back, no doubt about it. And Chop, what this game comes down to me is same thing on Sunday. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. We are not losing. We're going to be damn hard to beat in the den. You don't come to the den and deal with the D and deal with the Kool-Aid drinkers and come out with a DUBSKI. It doesn't happen. So we defended it week 1. They're coming in our house. We slapped you last year in the playoffs. We're coming to take your candy again this year. And to me, if they're injured and I couldn't even tell you who their corners are, considering that we have the Carlton now.
It's not unusual to be
How about the Carlton just manning up on Mike Evans and getting a pick 6 in this game? We all do the dance and play the music. That's what I'm talking about. But I feel like this is a game where it's at home. Tampa has some skill guys that look nice on paper. They always claim to have a good defense. Oh, Todd Bowles, he blitzes, he does. Todd Bowles is a freaking wimp. Todd Bowles is a guy that's a whole bunch of talk, and then his defenses, I bet if I looked them up, they're always middle of the pack. They never show up when it matters. They make a few plays here and there. I see us slicing and dicing up this team, and I see Baker Mayfield making mistakes like he always does, and us just, holding it down at home. That's the broad strokes of what I see going on in this game. So another part due of playoff beatdowns is about to be what? We beat Stafford, so that was part 3. This is going to be part 4. Probably with Demo, faux show. Probably get another SCO. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the only thing that you missed was talking about how Todd Bowles is he's a really nice neighbor. He's probably the guy you want to meet at the church picnic and, invite to the prayer team. But, he isn't going to be a leader of men like Dan freaking Campbell. That's what you missed there. But I helped you out. Exactly. From last year. But listen.
One of your better takes, one of your better retorts. There you go.
There we go. All right. Listen, Baker Mayfield's got some weapons. He does. Rashad White, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Yeah. Bucky Irving is, breaking out into the league. But it doesn't matter because, again, Baker Mayfield is going to be bumbling. He's going to be stumbling. And I guarantee he's going to be fumbling this week when Hutch gets down in his face and maybe a little Pascal. And like you said, DJ Reader back in the mix. This defensive line is going to be all over Baker Mayfield's ass all Sunday. And I am calling it. You're ready for a market, ready for a hashtag what Choppy said.
Oh, boy.
Hutch will have a strip sack this Sunday. Bam!
Unleash Hutch. I'm ready to unleash Hutch.
That's right, Dan Campbell.
I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker. Yeah. I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
There you go. I think the only thing, we have our O-line, so your great impression of Todd Bowles is going to be on point when he tries to start sending the house every play. We'll get that blocked up, and then, I don't know, hit Amon-Ra or Leaf or hashtag JMO Fast. We have exclusive audio of him running past the defense. I don't know. I don't see this as like the Bucks are coming to town game. I see this as week 2. We're about to get our defense together, actually cover people. I don't know, maybe man up on people and actually be in the screenshot when a ball is thrown their way, make tackles, make plays on the football, get after the quarterback like you said. And instead of our offense kind of bumbling their way into, a few touchdowns, this could be a 30-plus burger easy. This could be a 4-0 for all I know. Remember when I said last game we were just going to get this crowd going crazy? With me and you there in person, I feel like this game could just get out of hand in like quarter 2. We go up like 2 scores, and then we just lay it on them in the second half. That's what I see happening.
We beat them by 8 in the playoffs, Okri, and I'm going to reiterate, like you said, no one comes into the den and even thinks about winning here, okay? It's been a big talk. It's been a big topic of conversation. It's been in the Twitterverse. It's been on multiple morning shows. The den in the D is one of the hardest places to come in and actually get a W because we just don't let it happen. We've got the fans, we've got the crowd, we got the decibel levels. We're going to cause a couple false starts. Baker Mayfield's going to be scrambling because he can't hear what the heck's going on. And then we're just going to completely unleash Hutch and let the defense go to town. So, again, Vegas don't lie. The line is moving more and more to the Lions, okay? More and more. The over-under was set at 48. Now it's 51. We were a 6-point favorite. Now we're a 7-point favorite, okay? I'm telling you, we're going to win by 10 plus.
I love it. I love everything you said there, which is an absolute rarity here on this show. I was looking for a sound drop and kind of dozed off a little bit when you were talking, actually, Choppy. But no, seriously, I was looking for this drop. It's from my favorite, the Jim Rome show. You know I love Jim Rome. And back in the day, he had the thing called the hack off, which was like for the worst of the worst. The callers that were terrible, I don't know, you maybe could have made the cut, would call up the show and do horrible rants, bad takes, and the worst of the worst would get a trophy. And this one guy called up. He's supposed to be the worst of the worst, but he dropped an incredible call, and he's known for years and years because his whole gimmick during the call was light up chumps. Light up chumps. And I was looking for that drop because that's what we're about to do on Sunday versus Baker and Tampa Bay and Mikey and all the other stiffs they got on that team. We're about to light up chumps, Chop. I'm gonna have to put it on the Twitterverse so people can hear this legendary Jim Rome call with the light up chumps drop. That'll be on the board here in a few weeks. We'll get it going. But classic stuff. I mean, it's time for predictions because we got to tell people about the tailgate. So you say win by 10. I threw out a possible 40 burger. I'm going to dial it back a little bit, and I'm going to go like 35 for the Lions. And I'm only going to give Baker like 24. Because I got Demo with a couple more scores. I think it's going to be, I'm going to beat your double digits. I'm going to give you 11-point DUBSKI. Easy win. Just get up on them mid first quarter, second. Lay it on them. Play good football. Protect the football. Exploding on offense. You know, get a couple turnovers. It's going to be a great game to be at. I can't wait.
Not a bad prediction, Okri. You got one of those numbers right, and that number was 24. But the one that you missed is that the Lions are going to beat the Tampa Bay Succaneers by 2 touchdowns. It will be 38-24, and Tampa will go home crying. And Baker Mayfield will again be beaten, battered, and broken. And again, his whole crew of bandits can go ride a pirate ship back to Tampa.
Light up chumps. And Chops, I want to give you credit right at the end. You did hit me up with a sign option. I still haven't figured out what tagline I'm going to go with, but one that's in the mix is Holmes Cooking with the greater than sign. So Holmes Cooking is greater than Baker. You get it? You got it?
I like it. You're actually going to give me some sign credit because you're the sign guru. I'm the guy that you're just like, that's too long. That doesn't make any sense. The people won't love it. But yeah. I think it'll be great, man. I think some kitchen ovens, maybe some chef hats with Holmes Cooking greater than Baker.
So here's the thing, another pull back the curtain moment. So you kind of took me giving you credit and then spun it that I never give you credit and then said how I beat you up, which was true because your stuff is always too long and not always perfect. What actually happened on this one? Did you hit me up with 3 options and then I trimmed it up Okri style so that it would actually be laughable for the people?
Everybody's in.
Isn't that what really happened?
Always the perfectionist. Always got to have the last laugh too there. Well, I think we need to remove this one word to make sure this. Now it's great. Yes. Okay.
That's the
You're right,
art of
Okri.
sign
You're right,
making.
Okri.
Less is more, but it needs to be on point, or people will just look at it cross-eyed and not understand. And sometimes those are the most funny. The short, good sign that people still can't comprehend because we got a bunch of idiots that are not Kool-Aid drinkers. Most of the idiots will be wearing Tampa Bay colors on Sunday. Don't get me wrong. We love the people. We love our audience. But, Chop, that leads us to the tailgate special. So what should we tell the people? What should we hype them up about? We want to kind of undersell, over-deliver. We want to give people a few nuggets, but you got to hit us up, or you got to come check us out, or you got to bring your own Kool-Aid. What are we doing on Sunday? What do we got planned, at least as of now? TBD if you ask me, but we'll see.
Yeah, Okri, you live your life TBD if you ask me, but we'll see. Hope it works. No, listen, I think the big thing is that we want to actually hear from the people. I think this is the people's opportunity to tell us where are they going to be, what are they going to be doing. We're going to be on a lot and on Cass Ave. We're going to be serving cornbread. We're going to be passing out the Kool-Aid. We'll be getting in Bucks fans' faces and, potentially yelling things like victory and things like that in their faces, just like we do, classic DKC gimmicks and hype. We're going to have out the grill. We're going to be passing out stuff. It's just going to be a great time out on Cass Avenue there behind the Fox Theater, just amongst the people. Agree. That's the big thing, right? We haven't been out there since the frigid, freezing cold January weather of the playoffs, and now it's going to be 75 and sunny. We're going to be there bright and early. We're going to be grilling. We're going to be sitting in the sun, and we're going to be waiting to cook, bake something, whatever we're going to do. We're going to be firing up the grill, and it's going to be a blast. Maybe we can bake or cook a Tampa Bay jersey. I don't know. That could be cool.
Oh my goodness. He threw a lot out there, put a lot on the table, hyped it up. Love it. Drink it in, everybody.
Drink it in, man.
Side of cornbread.
Cornbread.
Make it a double.
Cornbread.
Actually, it might be a tray of cornbread. Make it 2 trays, because my plan, if all goes well, is I'm going to have the mini Okri cornbread muffins, regular, the old cinnamon out there. We're going to have Kool-Aid bottles that we were tossing out in the crowd last time we got down there. And like you said, I had so much fun the last time we did a tailgate where the weather was crispy clean out there. The people were everywhere, and we just had a blast. And then we had that tailgate, greatest night of our lives, that playoff game against Statty, Padford, Matty, Stad, and it was minus 30 degrees out. I mean, it was unbearable. And plus all the rich folk were at that game because it was so incredible. So the diehards weren't out. This is game 2, Tampa Bay, fresh cornbread, lots of Kool-Aid. I mean, again, I don't have it fully confirmed, but if you come by our tailgate, I believe there's going to be a Matt Stafford funeral going on, a casket of some sort with music maybe going, Undertaker music. I mean, that's part of the plan as well. So you can pay your final respects. You can drop a people's elbow on the jersey. You can do whatever you need to do to Statty Matty Pad for out there. So that's a side gimmick. And like you say, Chops, I think we're just going to, wherever we park, wherever we're going to be, we know there's going to be Kool-Aid drinkers, Lions fans everywhere. Me and you just turn on the music, turn on the grill, holler things at people, have fun with the fans, all that goodness. So that's the game plan on Sunday. I know that you've said multiple times on this pod, you're going to be coaching 80 million hockey tournaments. You're running around town. You got the job where you're going from coast to coast, state to state. I'm busy top to bottom, but my game plan is to get everything done by Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, load up, head your way, and then like you said, Sunday morning as bright and early as we can get there, we're down, we're parked, we're ready to go. That's the game plan.
Yeah, that's how we do. When a DKC tailgate hits it, we get there early. I mean, I think for the night playoff game, we were there before the sun came up. So,
yes.
We're crazy. We're kooky. It's a 1:00 kickoff. So, we're going to be there early, and we're going to be I'm sure we'll make some breakfast sandwiches. I'm sure we'll make some lunch. I'm sure we have a couple of adult Kool-Aid beverages. We may serve some kid Kool-Aid beverages. We're just going to have a great time.
Chop. Here's a quick Okri side rant. What are people doing showing up for a 8:15 Sunday night kick? What are you in line for at 2 in the afternoon? What are you craving to get in so you can sit in an empty stadium and look at the scoreboard, or go get yourself a $2 margarita, or you had to have the multi-dimensional positionless elite weapon bobblehead? Is that really why you're in line 6 hours early? That's a horrible take. That's a horrible decision. The only way to do it up right, get there before the sun comes up, set up shop, tailgate, enjoy life, get in as late as possible so you don't miss the National anthem, you get your seat, you get any fixins or things you want to get, but there's no reason to be in that state. I know the Lions don't want me to say this. I know they're like, get in early, we need people, we missed the traffic. No. Be outside, be getting rowdy, having a blast, and get in right before kickoff. That's the way you do it, Chop Chop. Am I wrong? Why are people standing in line when they already have tickets just to wait in line and then get into an empty stadium? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm always on the train of, get to the stadium before kickoff. Like, don't miss the anthem, don't miss the pregame, don't miss that stuff. But like, I can only walk the Ford Field like a certain amount of times. I don't need to peruse the concourse 17 times before we get to see the anthem come on. So I am on the same boat. Let's spend that time in the parking lot.
Unless you're like us, where we hopefully may bring a sign in and we have to do at least 2 laps, upper and lower, promoting the sign and yelling at people. That's what we do. Well, what's your famous tagline when you see people in the other team's jersey?
Oh, my favorite tagline in the stadium when we're walking is "Boo this man," and I may or may not have done that to women and children as well. So,
Chops,
yes,
it's like
that is my go-to.
It's like you're a conductor of sorts when you say that and get the people going and getting them all rowdy.
Oh, that's because I'm the conductor of the hashtag golf train. Woo!
Oh my goodness. Exactly. So people, enjoy the outside, enjoy the tailgates, and enjoy the family, the friends, the Kool-Aid drinkers, the people, and then get in there and be extra rowdy. I don't want Baker Mayfield to be able to hear anything. This is the den. We protect the den. We defend the den. This is going to be a DUBSKI. Me and Chops both got a dub. Chops, you've done gimmicks. You've had takes. You've brought it again here, your second week returning to the show. How you feeling? You got anything else for the folks before we get up out of here?
I'm feeling fantastic. The Lions are ready to go 2-0. We're ready to have another win at home. It's going to be a fantastic game. We're going to be loud. We're going to be rowdy. We're going to be tailgating. We're going to have a blast. We're coming off that high of Sunday Night Football. We're just going to continue the Super Bowl run 2024-2025. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this. Drink it in, everybody. And we'll catch you next time right here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. Take care, everybody. We're out.
Alex in SLC has been laying on this or sitting on this for 2 weeks. He's going to lay people out. He's going to light chumps up. He's been sitting on this for 2 weeks. What are you doing today, Alex?
Light up chumps.
All right. How long have you been waiting on this? 2 weeks. 2 weeks to do what?
Light up chumps.
All right. It's go time. It is chump time. Somebody's getting punked.
I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker. Yeah. I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
Light up chumps. Light up chumps. Light up chumps.
Pack the bag. Start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions. Drink it in, man. Pack the bag. Start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions. Drink it in, man.